It really stinks to not have building ordinance coverage. Now, to many of you, that might be a bit of a mystery or not understandable. This little video, commercial tip video, gives a little bit of background as to the coverage area referred to as building ordinance. Now, some people might be familiar with ordinances that are set up by your local, building and safety, but everyone's obviously not familiar with a lot of the details. But I just wanted to make you acquainted with the fact of the availability of building ordinance coverage that would go with the building property coverage on a commercial building, as well as, personal, like a residence or rental property. And it's a very critical coverage because basically here's a brief overview. Let's take an example scenario. You have a home or building that has a fire, which is the most common peril that's covered, and the fire burns at 50%. Well, in many counties, including Los Angeles and Ventura, the building safety guidelines would indicate that if a structure is damaged up to 50% or more, they would require you to demolish the undamaged portion. Okay, makes sense? But keep in mind, insurance policy is a policy of indemnification, meaning they would only compensate you for the damaged portion of your building. So if you didn't have building ordinance coverage and your building was damaged 50%, and you were required by this building ordinance to demolish the undamaged portion, the insurance company, in indemnifying, would only have to pay for the damaged portion, 50%. That leaves you on the hook for the other 50% in addition to the demolition cost. But hey, to the rescue comes these coverage features called building ordinance coverages. And they're pretty standard on most policies, but I've seen a lot of situations and a couple recently where big, beautiful, large homes had policies that did not have the building ordinance coverages included as one of the coverages. So wake up and take a look-see and make sure that you have that coverage. A couple other features. So it will pay for the undamaged portion. It will pay to demolish the undamaged portion, pay for the undamaged portion, and rebuild 100%. In addition, there's another provision that pays for any other building codes that were made from the time your building was completed initially, the original construction date, up to the present time when it has to be rebuilt. And of course, remember that indemnification statement regarding insurance. They are only obligated to indemnify you for the loss. So if your home was built in 1960, they would only indemnify you without this ordinance coverage included or added in. They would only indemnify you up to the original construction, whatever features per the building codes at that time were in place. So building codes that have been made subsequent to that date up to the present time, those are additional, those are extras. And it would come out of your pocket unless you have these building ordinances coverages included in your policy. So very important. I'd highly recommend that you check the language. If you don't have a copy of your policy, reach out to your agent or broker or the insurance company and say, hey, let me take a look it over. If you want a little help in identifying, sifting through, the pages, etc., you can forward it to me at info@fultonis.com and you could also give us a call, 805-409-4789. And if you would like, we can give a review of your insurance and put together recommendations, a proposal, and give you a quotation as well.